everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. Well friends, today is going to be a fun day because we are going to be kicking off our seasonal series that we do each catalog season, where we are going to sniff our way through the 2024 fall and winter Scentsy catalog. I love doing this with you guys. I hope you find it helpful, but selfishly, I really enjoy going through and sniffing my way through the entire new catalog, even though there are lots of these scents that we are revisiting and I know what they smell like. Sometimes when you smell them for a second time or third or fourth or fifth, you can be like, hey, I actually didn't pick this up before. Maybe I want to give this a try. Or, oh, I thought that smelled different. Or I don't remember this smelling that way, so I really enjoy doing this series with you and I hope you find it helpful. Before we dive into this series, I will also say that I do realize that my whiff box video is not up yet. That is because I don't have it yet. I really appreciate the messages and the love and support and having you guys be like, hey, where's your whiff box video? A, are you okay? B, where's the whiff box? The whiff box is still coming. For whatever reason, I don't know if there was a glitch or something, but I don't know if it was because of the holiday weekend, but I was not able to do local pickup as an option for the September whiff box. So I am having to wait just like everyone else and wait for it to ship it. But I'm hoping it will be here early next week is what I'm hoping. So we'll see. Stay tuned because I am still going to do my unboxing moment with you guys as soon as it does come. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and dive into the 2024 fall and winter catalog because it is here. It is September, which means we have the fall and winter season right in front of us, and I could not be more excited. So we have this catalog. We also have the Harvest collection that is available. Plus we also have some other LTOs that are limited time offers that are going to be happening this month as well. But before we get to any of that, let's go ahead and dive into this catalog. So I decided I wanted to kick off this series with starting with my favorite category of fragrances, and that is the bakery category. So if you are new here, hello and welcome. I hope you'll stick around. This is something I really like doing every catalog season where we go through and sniff through every single scent category by category. So if you're interested in that, if it's helpful to hear what someone's opinion on the fragrances are, just beyond what the scent description is, I hope you'll find this helpful. So let's go ahead and get started because the bakery category has 18 fragrances for us to sniff through together. So we'll go ahead and start with a bestseller, which is baked apple pie. So baked apple pie has been around since before I was a consultant and beyond. So I as long as I can remember Scentsy, baked apple pie has always been around. So and it smells exactly like what you would expect. Baked apple pie, I will say, it is very heavy on the cinnamon spices. So if you don't do like a red hot cinnamon scent, this may not be for you. It is definitely red hot cinnamon forward, but I do get that little bit of apple in the background, but definitely spice forward. If you love spice forward fragrances for this time of year and then a little hint of apple, you are going to love this fragrance, and it is definitely a strong one for sure. I will also do the fragrance strength series like I did last season. That's just gonna come a little bit later because I do need a chance to warm through some of these that I need a refresher on, as well as some new to me fragrances as well. So again, baked apple pie is a bestseller, and this is described as flaky crust, apples, and spices combined in a strong scent. It is very strong and definitely strong on the spices for sure. Okay, next one is another bestseller, and I actually just finished up a brick of this, and it is blueberry cheesecake. If you love blueberry cheesecake, you do actually have access to a brick of this fragrance through Scentsy Club. So if you are a part of our Scentsy Club program, which is our subscription service for any of our consumable products, meaning products that run out, there's all kinds of perks. You get discounts on shipping, you get discounts on your products within Scentsy Club. If you have a certain amount, you can unlock a half price item. You can take advantage of the always get my bar perk, plus Scentsy Club exclusive products, which do include bricks and some of our best-selling fragrances. So blueberry cheesecake is one of them, and definitely one that we love getting in a brick because my husband loves this fragrance. And so do I. I'll always remember smelling this fragrance, and even now I'm like, this really does smell like cheesecake. And I know that may sound strange, Because you might be wondering, like, why would you be surprised that that really does smell like cheesecake? Isn't that what it's supposed to smell like? Yes, but I always would just think when I was first smelling this, like, do I want my house to smell like cheesecake? And don't get me wrong, I'm a bakery girl. I love my home fragrance to smell like bakery, cake, cookies, all of that. But cheesecake I felt like was a little bit different, I guess, just for me in my brain. And I was like, I like the way this smells, and it really does smell like a blueberry cheesecake, but I just don't know about this for home fragrance. But then I'll always remember the first time that I warmed it, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And yes, I do want my house to smell like a cheesecake, absolutely. And this was actually one of the first fragrances that Sean ever commented on. I'll always remember the moment because I was just like, oh, I struck gold. Because my husband would never ever really comment on the fragrances that I had going in the house, except for when he didn't like it. He would just say, oh, this is too strong, or oh, I don't like this. But if other than that, it was just like, he was fine with it. But I'll always remember the moment he came in from work and this was going, and he was like, what is warming in this house? It smells amazing. And why have you not been warming this the whole time? And I was just like, you love this. He's like, I love this. And he's not typically a bakery guy. He's more citrus, but he loves this one. And it is a bestseller for a good reason. It really does smell like a cheesecake. You have the richness of the cheesecake. You have the sweetness of the blueberries. You also pick up that graham cracker crust that is just so authentic and delicious, and I love it. So blueberry cheesecake is thick, rich New York cheesecake with a light graham cracker crust and delicious blueberries. And I think Scentsy hit the nail on the head with this one, and it's not a surprise that it is a bestseller. Okay, next one, another bestseller. Look at all these bestsellers in the bakery category. Let's go bakery friends. Next one is Candy Cane Buttercream. And oh man, am I so happy that Scentsy decided to make this I don't want to say a permanent edition, but a fall and winter catalog staple. I'm hoping for like the forever future. And it is, so Candy Cane Buttercream. This was actually a part of our Scentspirations collection that was around, was it 2 years ago now? Because this was around for last fall and winter, so that had to have been the year before, when we had the Scentspirations collection that was all surrounded around vanilla bean buttercream. So this has the vanilla bean buttercream base to it, but then you have that fun, cool peppermint that's coming through. This honestly reminds me of peppermint bark. It really does, because it's not, I'm a little bit picky when it comes to like minty fragrances. I don't want my house to smell like toothpaste. I don't. I have tried the very straightforward peppermint scents, Peppermint Rush, all of those. And it's just a little too peppermint for me. I like there to be other elements with my minty fragrances. And this is the minty fragrance that has my name written all over it, because it's definitely bakery. It's more of that vanilla bean buttercream that's coming through with, just like I said, just like honestly, just the sprinkled of the candy cane on top. That's just so good. So delicious. I love this. And this is a fantastic performer as well. So happy that this has come back for a second year in a row for the catalog. So Candy Cane Buttercream is a forest of peppermint candy cane and vanilla bean frosted with buttercream. It is so good, you guys. And if you're like me and you like vanilla scents, and you like some minty, pepperminty fragrances, but you don't like it to be overpowering, give this a try. It is so nice. This is my favorite minty fragrance, I would say. It's so good. Candy Cane Buttercream. Oh, so good. Okay, next one is a brand new release this year, and it is Cherry Chestnut. And what I will say about Cherry Chestnut, gosh, I'm gonna say this a lot. I'm a little bit picky. I'm a little bit picky when it comes to cherry fragrances, because for the most part, your more traditional cherry scent for me is a little bit too cloyingly sweet, too cherry. But what I love about this is the chestnut that comes through really makes this a deeper, richer fragrance with just an added sweetness of the cherry. It's really more that like nuttiness that comes forward that's just really delightful. I have had a chance to warm this. I will give you my review on this after I have warmed it. Spoiler alert. It's amazing. I really, really love this, but I will talk about this in my next what I've been warming video. But brand new this season, cherry chestnut, and this is warm black cherry topped with roasted chestnuts and whipped vanilla, is a sweet and savory delight. And I think that's what it is. Like, it's sweet and savory. You do have a little hint of the cherry. It's not cherry forward, more that like roasted chestnut. The vanilla that comes through just kind of smooths it out a little bit. And it's just so nice. It's a really, really, really well-balanced fragrance for sure. Cherry chestnut. Okay, next one is Cranapple Crumble. I giggle about this one because I love this fragrance, but I can't warm it in my house. At least not when Sean is home, because he thinks this smells like dirt. Literally, he thinks this smells like dirt. I have warmed this a couple of times to try to trick him, and he thinks it smells like dirt, and I don't know. It doesn't smell like dirt to me, and I'm jealous for those of you who can warm it and enjoy it. I guess I can, and just like when he goes camping on, you know, like Buzzworthy. Buzzworthy is one of my favorite fragrances that is in my club, and I keep it in my club even though I cannot warm it when he's anywhere in the vicinity of the house, because he will smell it and be like, nope, can't do it. So I save those types of bars for when he's not around. So this is just gonna have to be one of those bars. But Cranapple Crumble is a great one because it has the kind of tartness of the cranberry, the sweetness of the apple, but then you have that like bakery note that comes through too. That's really nice. So sweet, sweet tart bakery, really nice. Cranapple Crumble is baked cranapple topped with brown sugar and a dollop of whipped cream. It's so nice, but I will always remember I warmed this and he was just like, it smells like dirt and like dust. He says it smells like dust in here. And I was just like, there's no way. I remember I had just finished like deep cleaning the house. I swapped out all the warmers, got new wax in, and he's like, it smells so dirty in here. And I just thought, there's no way. There's no way. So I switched out the warmers, had something super clean going. He's like, okay, it's good. So I had that going for like a couple days, and then I was like, okay, let's switch it out again. I wanted to see if he was consistent in what he was smelling, and he was. Every time I put Cranapple Crumble in, he's just like, nope, I smell dirt. Which makes me a sad monkey, but here we are. Okay, another one here that is a bestseller. This was actually a part of our harvest collection last year, and it is Dutch apple bread. I don't know why I'm showing you the testers if you're curious to see what the color of the wax is, I guess. Dutch apple bread, it's not for me. I really wanted to love this. When we found out what fragrances were in the harvest collection last year, I remember seeing this thinking, this is going to be my jam. This is absolutely going to be one of my new favorite fragrances. It's gonna go in my club. It's gonna be amazing. And then I smelled it, and there's just something off to me about this. I do smell apple. It's like, and the apple in here reminds me of like applesauce, which I love, but I don't know, there's a very off note to my sniffer. I don't know what it is, but it's just off. Like, and that's all I can say is that it's just off, because everything in this description sounds amazing. Dutch apple bread is fresh sliced apple tossed with warm cinnamon, brown sugar, and rolled oats. So the only thing I could think of is that it's that rolled oats that's like off-putting to my nose. But I love like oats and honey. I love that scent. I love like oaty kind of scents. So I don't know why. I don't know. There's just something that happens in my nose that says nope. I don't know. And the warm cinnamon, it is just warm. It's not, you wouldn't smell this and think apple spice. I think of this and I smell this and think of like I said, like applesauce with an off note. That really is, that's really what I smell. But it is a bestseller, so it's my nose. I'm the problem. I am the problem. Okay, next one, which I do love, and I'm so happy to see it come back, and it is Forever Fall. Now, Forever Fall, this is my jam. I am your basic bee who loves all things pumpkin, and this is incredible. I love, love, love this as a pumpkin scent. This is pumpkin And I want to say, yeah, it's pumpkin and brown sugar, which I love. It's so good. It does say in the description, let me go ahead and read this to you. Forever Fall is baked pumpkin and cinnamon sticks. Celebrate the sweetness of the season with a dash of brown sugar. So I do get that like baked pumpkin and the brown sugar. I don't get any cinnamon. I don't get any cinnamon, whether it's on cold or warming. I don't even get warmth to it whatsoever. It's just baked pumpkin and brown sugar, and I love it. It's really, really good. Super happy that one came back. Okay, next one is Gimme Candy. Fun, bright orange wax. And this one, I think this one was actually a previous scent of the month. It's good. If you like really sweet, I think there might be caramel in this. It's really sweet. It's really strong. And if you like sweet, like almost cloying caramel type scents, I think you'll really like this one. Yeah, caramelized sugar. There you have it. It has like all of the things that are sweet in this. It is very sweet, but it is so good and really, really a great performer. So, Gimme Candy is a sweet confection of caramelized sugar, golden honey, and sweet buttercream. Makes for the ultimate sugar rush. It's delightful. So good. Okay, let's see here. Next one, and I am making my piles here if you see me kind of like shifting things around, because I like to give you my top, depending on the size of the category, I typically will give you like my top 6 favorite fragrances from each, just because I like to. Okay, next one is another brand new release, and it is gingerbread pecan waffles. And this is, I'm super intrigued with this. This is actually on my, like, it's right on deck to be warmed next. And what I like about this is that it's not your traditional gingerbread kind of scent. Gingerbread scents to me go kind of bitter, and this doesn't do that. It is a sweeter gingerbread scent, and then the pecan comes in there and it just kind of adds this like nuttiness. Then you have the waffle in here that's just adds the bakery element, the added sweetness as well. It's really nice. So Scentsy says gingerbread pecan waffles, a savor all day breakfast with warm and fluffy gingerbread waffles topped with molasses and roasted pecan. And the molasses, I feel like that's the ticket to this. And I don't usually love like maple scents or anything, and I know maple and molasses are different, but I feel like the bitterness that you get from gingerbread typically is balanced out really well with that molasses. So, and then that roasted pecan, and it's sweet, it's bakery, it's nutty, it's lovely. So, and that is a new release this season. Okay, and moving right along here, returning is Make Me Snickerdoodle. So if you love your house to smell like a cookie, why not have it smell like a snickerdoodle? This just smells like a snickerdoodle. It's that sugary sweet, like cinnamon sugar kind of cookie. That's just a delight. So Make Me Snickerdoodle, homemade cookie dough sweetened with brown sugar and vanilla bean, rolled in sugared cinnamon and baked to perfection. And that's exactly it. That is exactly it. So good. Next one is Mocha Doodle. And Mocha Doodle is definitely a favorite. And I'm actually surprised that's not considered a bestseller, but this is great. And this is as like coffee kind of scents as I can go. This is not a coffee scent. It has a hint of coffee, but this is my jam. If we're gonna go any type of hint of coffee, I can warm this all day long. I love coffee scents, but then I feel like by noon I need to switch out my warmers because I don't want my house smelling like coffee anymore. This is bakery goodness meets coffee, and without it being like a coffee cake. There's chocolate in here, and it's a delight. And that's another thing. I don't really like my house to smell like rich chocolate, but this is so good. And this is everything that I would want in chocolate and coffee and a cookie. So Mocha Doodle is delicious roasted coffee beans and cocoa balanced with sugar, caramel, and heavy cream. But I get, maybe it's the caramel, I get kind of like cookie vibes from this. The cocoa, the sugar, the caramel. It's wonderful. It's rich, it's sweet, it's delicious. I love this. So I would say this one's more of a medium scent. If you are into like powerhouses, this is not going to do it. Again, I'm going to do my scent strength video later, but I will tell you that it's not a powerhouse, but it is really nice. Here's another bestseller, pumpkin roll, whoop whoop. And pumpkin roll, we actually have a whole collection that is kind of surrounded around pumpkin roll, kind of like I was telling you about Scentspirations. Scentsy likes to confuse us. We have the Scentspirations collection where we have one core fragrance and then we do like 4 spins off of that fragrance. So we'll take this core fragrance, make it floral, make it bakery, make it clean, you know, make it different, like, but it has that same core fragrance. Right now, and we've called it different things. So it's Scentspirations, we have called it Open Plains, we have called it, I feel like there was something else. And then now we also have Gordy Goodness. So Gordy Goodness is the Scentspirations kind of collection for pumpkin roll. So we have pumpkin roll as that core base, and then we have a few different variations with some different twists on pumpkin roll. I love it. Order it before it's sold out because it already went out of stock once. And then they did decide to go ahead and restock it. It will be available now while supplies last. So I don't know if it sells out again, if it will be restocked. So go grab you a Gordy Goodness bundle if you love pumpkin roll. And I love pumpkin roll. It is so good. This is absolutely one of my favorite pumpkin bakery spice fragrances. And it does go into my Scentsy Club every single spring and summer season because I would be really sad without it every fall. So I love this. This is just pumpkin meets a cinnamon roll. It is so, so good. So no wonder why it's a bestseller. So pumpkin roll is creamy pumpkin pie filling surrounded with yellow cake, pecans, butter, and spice. It's a pumpkin cinnamon roll. just think of it like that. Okay, and next up we have another one that is returning. This one was also a limited time offer last year, and it is Rum Pum Plum. And Rum Pum Plum, I know this was pretty popular among a lot of people, which is why they decided to add it to the catalog. For me, I like it on cold, but when I warm it, it smells like popcorn to me, which I like the smell of popcorn, but this is not supposed to smell like popcorn. So I'm gonna read you the scent description. So Rum Pum Plum is sweet plum jam and vanilla sugar in a flaky buttery crust will have you singing a delicious melody. I have heard of people comparing this to sweet plum pastry. To me, this does not smell like sweet plum pastry. This smells like popcorn to me. It's not supposed to smell like that. It's supposed to smell like a sweet plum pastry. So for those of you who have smelled sweet plum pastry, like the OG sweet plum pastry, and you have smelled Rum Pum Plum, what are your thoughts? Do you think there are some similarities there? I would love to know your thoughts. Okay, next one is salted caramel toffee. I mean, clearly I love the sugary sweet scents, and I love this too. I love caramel. I love the salty essence of this. Just kind of breaks up some of that sweetness. It's a delight. So salted caramel toffee is the sweet scent of salted caramel. Yeah, that's what it is. Butterscotch. This totally smells like butterscotch. The sweet scent of salted caramel takes melted toffee and butterscotch to new levels of indulgence. So I do pick up a lot of that butterscotch, but you do get some of that caramel, and that saltiness that comes in is just so nice. Really, really love that. Okay, next one is Scary Good. And this one was also a past scent of the month. And this is another great pumpkin scent. It's a pumpkin spice scent. Pumpkin spice bakery. It's not like a cinnamon roll. It's different from pumpkin roll. This is a little bit sweeter, but it's definitely pumpkin spice. Let's see here. Scary Good is pumpkin puree sprinkled with fresh cinnamon. It is more like spice forward, but not like a red hot cinnamon, not like too much in your face with the cinnamon. Pumpkin puree sprinkled with fresh cinnamon encounters toasted butterscotch and creamy vanilla in a spooky, yummy treat. I love the butterscotch that's in here. I love the creamy vanilla, but I also pick up, there is almost like a warm bakery, not the cinnamon, but there is almost like a cakey kind of note to this as well, which I do really like, but that's just me. Okay, Next one is Vanilla Amber. This is a new release this year, and I think this is going to be a favorite. It is so beautiful. And it's funny because when I was pulling these fragrances for this little sniff session, I was like, would we call this bakery? I mean, I guess if you're not gonna call it bakery, I guess what would you call it? But this is not a bakery vanilla. And you're probably like, what do you mean it's not? It's almost like a floral vanilla. I would not, okay. This is how I compare it. If you are familiar with Simply Vanilla, and if you are familiar with Vanilla Bean Buttercream, it's like there's a scent that's in between the two. So if Vanilla Bean Buttercream, which we are going to smell here next, if you have smelled Vanilla Bean Buttercream, but it's too rich, too sweet, because it is that like rich, thick buttercream frosting, and if it's too sweet, I would say try this. This is beautiful, and it really is more of that like floral vanilla, like I was saying. So I feel, but it is, I mean, it is a vanilla scent, so I guess you would have to call it bakery, but I don't know. I would consider this more of a floral than I probably would. Honestly, I probably would categorize this as a floral scent. It's a floral vanilla. So that's just me, but I love this. It is so pretty. Okay, and then next one is a bestseller, and it is Vanilla Bean Buttercream. So Vanilla Bean Buttercream, I basically just described it. It is rich, thick, sweet vanilla buttercream frosting. If you love rich, thick vanilla scents that are deep, Vanilla Bean Buttercream is for you. So Vanilla Bean Buttercream is decadent buttercream frosting made with the freshest butter, whipped with cane sugar and vanilla extract. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So, and Vanilla Bean Buttercream is great on its own, or if you wanted to do some mixing to make another fragrance more bakery, that's a great mixer as well. Okay, and last but most certainly not least, the very last fragrance we are going to sniff in the bakery category is Very Vanilla. And Very Vanilla was actually a new release last season for the spring and summer season. And this is really nice. I think this is a really great bedroom vanilla fragrance. It is pretty light. It's not super strong by any means, but this is a great, pretty, again, another like floral, it's a floral vanilla. I want to smell the differences here side by side. Yeah. It really is like, because there is a little bit more for the Vanilla Amber, there is a little bit more warmth, a little bit more sweet richness like you get from Vanilla Bean Buttercream in Vanilla Amber, but there is a floral essence to it like Simply Vanilla, like Very Vanilla. Really pretty. If I had to choose one, I think I would go Vanilla Amber. Both absolutely beautiful fragrances though. So Very Vanilla. Very Vanilla is described as this classic blend of creamy vanilla and tonka bean is smooth and sultry. So I think that's the perfect, if you are someone who, in fact, back in my day, you would be surprised, especially if you know me now, that was just my go-to. Like that was all I would really want for my home fragrance is just vanilla. Like, don't bother me with anything else. I just want vanilla all year round, every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Don't bother me with anything else. And then my eyes kind of opened up to what other amazing home fragrance options there are. But my tried and true like soul fragrance will always be like a vanilla scent. So pretty. Just give me all the vanillas. All the vanillas. We'll do Vanilla Bean Buttercream in the kitchen. We'll do Very Vanilla in the bathrooms. And then we'll do Vanilla Amber like everywhere else. So good. Okay, so there you have it. That is the bakery category of fragrances for this 2024 fall and winter season. So like I said, I am going to go ahead and pick my top 6 fragrances. Oh gosh. Okay. I have to put pumpkin roll in here somewhere. Okay, I think, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick out, just so you know what I'm kicking out here, I'm gonna go ahead and kick out salted caramel toffee. I love it, but I love pumpkin roll a little bit more. So not in any particular order, in any kind of way, Vanilla Amber. Vanilla Amber makes my top 6 pick for this bakery category. Pumpkin roll. Pumpkin roll absolutely has to make my top 6 picks for the bakery category. Forever Fall. I love it because we have like the pumpkin spice situation here, the pumpkin spice bakery. Well, I guess they're all bakery, but you have more of that like cakey kind of little cinnamon roll, warm like bakery, like more traditional gourmand bakery kind of scent with the pumpkin roll. But then Forever Fall, it's just like that pumpkin and brown sugar, and it's just so good. And I'm here for it. They're different. They're different enough to keep both. Vanilla and pumpkin. Just leave me to vanilla and pumpkin. Next one would be cherry chestnut. I am so surprised by this, but it is so good and definitely is going to make my top 6 pick. And then next pick would be Make Me Snickerdoodle. You can't go wrong with a cookie fragrance, you guys. And this is just, it's perfect. It's the perfect snickerdoodle scent. So it had to make my top 6 pick. And last but certainly not least would be Candy Cane Buttercream. So while I'm not warming it right now, because I am full blown into my fall life right now. I am not ready for the holidays. I mean, there are some of you that are like counting down the minutes until you put up your Christmas tree, and I love that for you. You do you, you put that Christmas tree up. You live your best life, do you. Fall is my jam. Fall is my season. Give me all the pumpkins, do all the things. I love Christmas. I love the snowy weather, all of that, but I'm not quite ready for the home fragrance of Candy Cane Buttercream just yet. But it's coming. It's coming. And this is definitely one of my top 6 picks for bakery of all time, for sure. Whew, love it. So that is your 2024 fall and winter bakery category of fragrances. Let me know down below what your picks would be for the bakery category of fragrances that are currently available right now. I absolutely love hearing from you guys. I think this is a fantastic lineup for the fall and winter season, and I can't wait to share more with you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content, if you like this series. I greatly appreciate the love and support. If you're new, please subscribe. If you already subscribed, be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all things Scentsy. Also, fingers crossed, we've got the whiff box coming soon. So stay tuned. Have an amazing day, you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, friends.